Hello everybody, I'm Martin. Welcome to another episode of Minecraft Enigmatica 2 Expert. Today, we're going to wrestle with one of my remaining demons and hopefully close out the Thaumcraft chapter because I am tired of having this loom over me and I'm going to try to burn through this as fast as possible. Looking inside the quest book, there are quite a few nodes left, but I think most of them are relatively easy at this point. We don't actually have to go to the full depths of Thaumcraft. The scariest part will probably be these ones right here. The fortress armor, the void armor, and the void metal ingot. I don't know what's involved with these offhand, and we don't have them unlocked in the book, although there's already a quick way around the void seed itself, which is one of the problems, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We're going to start, however, down on this side and get this part knocked out, starting with this white tallow candle, which is a very, very simple recipe because we've already made magic tallow and we just need string. And that's one done. That one was easy at least. Next up will be the void jar because that's another really simple one because that's just taking a normal warded jar and combining it with Perdido. 2 down so far. The next step up will be the Infusion Speedstone, which I am unfortunately blocked on research for. So I guess give me a little bit. This is probably not the only time I'm going to be blocked by this and I might have to skip a few steps as we go, but let's go get some tedium out of the way. So I've got this unlocked now. And now we can make it. It's just 4 niter, 4 arcane stones, and a block of diamond. But it costs 500. And if we look at my arcane workbench, you can see that it's not currently regenerating. So it's bugged out for the time being, and I can't actually regenerate it. So I either need to restart or go to the Twilight Forest. I think we're just going to go to the Twilight Forest real fast and make this. Alright, so I got that done, and I also banged out the Infusion costume while I was out there, which was the same recipe with Elementum instead of Niter. So these two are now both done. And with these done, I think we should set up the Runic Altar. And the instructions for it are in the Thaumanomicon in the Infusion section under the base one right here. And it shows it to you on this tab right here, how to put it together. It's just arcane stones with a pedestal in the center and then the runic makers on the top, and then you use the Salus Mundus on it. The Infusion stones go under the pillars, so you have to build it one higher if you're going to use them. They don't need to be balanced anyway. They don't even need to be set up properly to look right. So if you're like me, you can just have it hovering in the air like this. I'm going to put the stones into the corners, but yeah. Never said this is going to look pretty. And then you use the Salus Mundus on it, and it properly forms the pillars around it. At which point, we can put the Infusion stones under it. As to what you use this for and how you use it, well, we'll get to that later. Because for now, we're going to continue on with my main goal, which is banging out the quests, and we're going to move on to these auxiliary add-ons, the venting port and the slurry pump, which are both in the alchemy section of the Thaumanomicon. They were here and here, and I just unlocked all of these since I already had the research for them. The slurry pump makes the smelters faster and more efficient, and it's pretty easy to make. It's all stuff we've made before. And the venting port lowers the flux emitted by it significantly, although you need multiples of it. And same case, this is also relatively simple to make. Alright, and another quest out of the way. So that brings us to the last one in this block right here, the Essential Transfusers, which are also in the Alchemy section, and they're over here. They're behind the Thaumatorium, which I'm not going to lie, it's actually really important for creating stuff from the jars over here, but I'm not going to set it up right now because I don't want to, and I'm trying to avoid using Thaumcraft. If I need it, I will. But that brings us to the Advanced Essential Transport, which is basically wireless piping of stuff into the warded jars. And they're not any harder to make than the last set were. Alright, and another set of machines I have no intention of hooking up right now. So let's move on to something easy, huh? How about we just shoot over to making Thaumium armor? Because all this is just normal armor patterns made with Thaumium. And I may have made a couple stacks of Thaumium from essences already. Alright, and that sure was easy, but now I look like a supervillain, so I don't know how I feel about this one. So how about another easy one that actually isn't supposed to be easy? The Void Seed. Because the Void Seed actually has a crafting pattern here, and we can make a tier 5 crafting seed. That's the hard part. And this crystal that I can't pronounce, and I'm going to give up trying because this is like try 5 now, is also craftable with a bunch of stuff we all actually have pretty easily. So we've got these now too. Normally you have to cause a flux rift to appear by basically tearing a hole through reality by releasing a bunch of flux into the air, and then actually solving that problem, which is deep in this pack, and that spits these out, I believe. This is a lot easier and a lot less stressful. Alright, so let's try moving on to the Thaumium Fortress Armor now, which coming to the Arcane Infusion category required unlocking the Boots of the Traveler and the Thaumium Fortress Armor entry itself, which was a lot more research grinding. But coming in here, you can see this is here, And it requires arcane infusion to do, like I was talking about before. So once you've got the matrix set up here, you need to surround it in pedestals to add in all of the other subcomponents, not unlike the Empower. And then you put your main item in the center, same thing, and then right click the top of the matrix with your caster's gauntlet. And that should start it, assuming I know what I'm talking about. I may not, I might be suing this up. It's been, I haven't even used it in Thaumcraft 6, so I guess we're about to find out, huh? Things can go wrong, this can run unstably, things can pop off the pedestals, they can cause minor explosions, stuff like that. All of the Fortress Thaumium items are all mild though, so I'm not expecting too many issues. Alright, let's see if this works. And because I've got the Gauntlets of Reeling on, you can see how much it's cost. It's pulling the mana that it needs out of the warded jars directly, and it's slowly processing. You can see it ticking down. I don't see anything popping off the pedestals so far, and it says it's still stable. Now it's consuming the items. And bing, we're done. That was fairly easy, and now I guess I'm a magic samurai? That's an odd choice. But I also didn't explain something. Because this also, as I mentioned, it's pulling these out of the warded jars. I didn't actually explain where I was getting these from. So the Potentia was really easy. That's just ground up aquamarine dust. That just turns one Potentia per. Although looking at it, I could have just not ground them up. That wasn't smart on my part. And for the Metallum and the Premunio, I was using chainmail chest plates because it generates quite a bit of both without generating too much. I did get a bunch more Metallum than I could use for this, but overall it got the job done. I had to remove some from the jar, but it shouldn't be a problem going forward. I feel you really should set these up properly so they do have void jars to vent into, but if I'm putting that much into these jars, like on purpose, I'm probably generating flux, which is probably something I want to avoid right now anyways, since I'm trying to avoid this mod entirely if I can. Anyhow, I didn't quite finish off this chapter, but we did make quite a bit of progress, so I'm going to go pop open these loot chests and call it a day, I think. Looks like we got 9 of them done. Pulling glass is nice. Hey, anti-blocks that I don't have to make and probably won't use. A Ring of Haste. Oh, I actually don't know how this works. Another Book and Quill that is also still uncommon. I'm getting sick of seeing these. Another smoker? This is just decorative. It's what people use campfires for in vanilla Minecraft nowadays. That's pretty useless. Tacos? And a Wither Builder. That might have saved me some trouble, I don't know, months ago. That's what I get for moving ahead on this, I guess. Anyhow, as always, I'm Ard. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.